Hey, good morning, or afternoon, or evening. I guess it really depends on what time you're watching. I am a chiropractor, Joe Leonardi. I am the author of the life-changing book, Fat Then, Fit Now, A Life Beyond Weight Loss. And I am the principal speaker at Better Life Seminars. Today's YouTube posting, I'm going to pick up right where I left off last time we met. I mentioned that all carbohydrates eventually become sugar. And boy, oh boy, whoa, did I get the response on that one. And I'm going to give you an explanation. Now, I am not going to get into a long and detailed explanation. For one, this is a short little meeting, and two, really beyond the scope of what we do here. My principal purpose is to motivate you to take control of your life much the same way I did. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. I almost forgot to introduce our other friend here. This is Joe 340 from the front. And there's Joe 340 from the side. He's always looking over our shoulders here, making sure that we're never going back to that. So anyway, it is no secret that I am a low carbohydrate proponent. I eat a low carbohydrate diet. And diet is what you consume. I deny myself nothing. And we'll look at the differences in how we talk about or how we phrase things to make it make more sense. A little tongue-tied, but also how to keep us motivated on track. However, that's for another posting. Today we're going to talk about our consumption of carbohydrates. Again, I'm a low carbohydrate proponent. That is the way I eat. And I've combined the low carbohydrate and the Paleolithic primal type eating plans into my current eating, which means I don't eat any refined carbohydrates. I stay away from most starchy vegetables, if not all of them. I don't eat any whole grains, and the fruits I eat are low on the glycemic index when I am maintaining my weight. When I'm losing, or if I'm in a leaning out phase, because I do like to compete in strongman contests, if you've ever seen those on television. Though I've entered two, and one got canceled, and one I got injured before. So I'm leaning back out to my normal body weight. So at that point, I don't eat any fruits at all. But when I'm maintaining, I have a couple servings a day, but they're on the low glycemic index. However, what I want to talk about today is this standard American diet. I think today it's called My Plate. For a while it was the food pyramid, and then My Pyramid, and all this other garbage that they come out with. And make no mistake about it, the food, the eating guidelines from our federal government have nothing to do with health and nutrition. Okay, they are simply there to make sure that our crops are consumed. I ran for Congress. I know how it works. Trust me on this one. They are not out for your better interest. Again, topic for another posting. Today, let's get right back to it because I don't want to get too far off topic here. All of our carbohydrates that we consume, no matter what form except for fibrous carbohydrate, become sugar in the body. We have monosaccharide, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. I'm not going to get into physiology here. I'm not going to make it a big, long, boring lecture. But monosaccharide is your simple sugar, your glucose, fructose, and galactose. We have our disaccharides, which are another group of them. Then a polysaccharide is anything that is 3 sugars or more attached together. There are starchy carbohydrates in our grains. So it's kind of really simple, but I've got some visual aids here off to the side. I'm going to lift each one up as we go. I think this one is unto itself self-explanatory. These are your standard run-of-the-mill cookies, right? We've all seen them before. Lift them up there, make sure they get in the cam. They're your run-of-the-mill cookie. You take these, right? You're hungry one day, right? Oh, I need a snack. But Doc Joe, I just need that little boost to get me going. And it's a cookie. We're always told milk and cookies when we're growing up. It's a good all-American snack. Well, you take these cookies, you masticate them up a little bit, you eat them. They go down into our gut. In this case, since we're eating garbage, let's have our gut be made garbage. Excuse me 1 second, because as you can tell, I don't want to call these foods. These are food stuff. Because that's what it is. It's stuff. Excuse me 1 second while I get the stuff off my hands, because that's what it is. And I don't want it on my hands. I don't want it in my system. But okay, so that goes down into the old gullet, or in this case, our garbage. And what does it become? Well, these are fairly obvious, right? What do we have off to the side here? We have, can we see what it is? Sugar. That's right. So when we take it in, it becomes sugar. That's kind of self-explanatory, right? Sugar, sugar. It's all garbage. The cashier at the supermarket asked me what I was doing with these foods because I never buy them. And I told her I was going to be using them for props in a demonstration. And she said, "Isn't that a waste?" I said, "Well, you know what? In general, these things are a waste. They're garbage anyway. They're garbage in the store. They're garbage in your belly. They belong in the garbage." That one's kind of obvious. But let's take something else. Let's move a little bit more into something more complex, shall we? We're all told about these, right? Rolled oats, oatmeal. I shouldn't do that face because when I wasn't watching what I ate and I didn't care so much, I actually liked oatmeal. It was one of those few things that I thought I was eating something healthy. Well, we take our oatmeal, here it is, and we masticate it, we chew it. Swallow it on down. Down the gut it goes, down into our gut. Oh, there we go. There's good serving. We're told we should have this serving, right? A good serving size because it's fibrous and healthy for us. Well, it gets down into the old digestive tract. And guess what it turns into? You got it. Turns into sugar. So now we've added some more sugar to our digestive system. Oh, kind of dusty there. That stuff kicks up some dust. Let me just adjust the fan slightly. There we go. So, more sugar in our gut, because that's what we're putting this in. That's what we're making. We're making garbage. Oh, come on, Doc Joe. They tell us this is good for us. We should consume it. Who the hell is they? Well, they aren't interested in your good health. I am. So the last thing we have, well, let's get rid of the rest of it. Right? Woo! More garbage. Right where it belongs. Well, let's take the other one of these things that are healthy for us. They are. Oh, the stuff from earlier, even though I washed my hands, still there. Think of that in your gut. Just stick it in there and turn it into body fat. Let's take the last one here. Whole wheat spaghetti. I'm going to tell you right now, if I were eating carbohydrates, being very much a self-respecting Sicilian, I wouldn't eat this whole wheat crap. I'd eat durum semolina. But you shouldn't eat that either. But we're all told it's better. It's whole wheat, Doc Joe. We should eat this, right? All right. So we take a little bit. Let's grab a serving out of here, right? Well, having a little trouble. I haven't handled spaghetti in a long time. Used to be an old pro at it. But not this brown, funky cardboard box looking spaghetti. But either way, not really matters. So we masticate our spaghetti, right? Why is it going into the garbage, Dr. Joe? It's going into the garbage, my friends, because when you get it down in there, here we go again. We've just made more sugar. Now, if you don't utilize this energy rather rapidly, and I understand that starchy carbohydrates break down slower, they still break down into sugar. So if you don't use them up, they will convert. So let's polish off our little thing here and goodbye with the spaghetti into the garbage. Big bag of sugar, because this is what is in your gut now, into the garbage. And we have our gut. What this will later turn into is globs of fat because insulin is released and we're not using that energy because most of us, even if we exercise, a lot of us have a sedentary life and we end up gaining weight and getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Well, low carbohydrate is the way to go. Not just because it works for Joe 340, but because it works almost every time it's proven. Now, are there exceptions to every single rule? Of course there are. The one consistent thing about human physiology is it differs from person to person. So when you're picking out a plan and you want to get yourself healthier and better, pick low carb. Give it a try anyway. You know what? I'm not even going to say you have to do it. But if you buy my book, which is Fat Then, Fit Now, A Life Beyond Weight Loss, they're the guidelines I give, you will discover within 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to feel like $1 million. Weight's going to start coming off. And you know what? It's not weight that comes off. It's body fat that comes off. And that's what you really want to lose, isn't it? Body fat. You take a low carbohydrate approach, you eat food in its state as close to nature as possible, and you exercise every day. I exercise 7 days a week. Body's on a 24-hour clock. It's got to get some type of exercise every day of the week. But you do all that, you will be healthier, you will be leaner, you will be fitter, and you'll live a much better life. I'm chiropractor Doc Joe Leonardi. I am the author of the life-changing book, Fat Then, Fit Now, A Life Beyond Weight Loss, and I'm the principal speaker for Better Life Seminars. Thank you again, and have a great, healthy day.